What are some tips for people going to the gym for the first time? 1 point lift your own weights. Someone else will always lift more. 2. Lift less weight more better. See #1. 3. Be courteous. Don't hog equipment. Wipe it down when you are done. Nobody's there to judge you. The big guys at the gym are usually the friendliest guys you'll ever meet. More often than not. They're psyched to see new people getting into the hobby, and they're more than happy to spot you or to give lifting advice. The stereotypical meathead douche is mostly just a myth. Meathead douche, emo. A lot of the douchebags at the gym are younger guys who just recently put on some muscle. It goes to their head, and they think they run the place. Imagine doing circuits on 5 things at once. Yeah, don't do circuits. It's literally written in the rules of every gym I've ever gone to anyways. Some people do it and act like others can't touch the machines until they are fully done. Don't do that, folks. It's a shared space. Go up to the biggest meathead in there and punch him square in the abs. Assert dominance. Tradition is on your first day you gotta knock a protein shake out of the hand of the biggest guy there. If you've never been to the gym, don't be afraid to ask questions. Ask the staff. Ask the person beside you. Find the most jacked guy there and ask him. Most gym people are really kind if you ask for help. You don't want to get hurt because you're doing a workout wrong. Go to the gym with a plan. Even if your plan is I'm working my upper body today, if it's your first time there you will find it hard to just walk in and start working out. Get a journal or an app. I use Jeffit to build and track a routine. Realize that in most cases, no one gives a shit about how you look. There are always exceptions, but in general everyone is focused on their own workout and they aren't staring at you. Learn gym etiquette. Re-rack your weights. Don't claim a piece of equipment and then sit around talking to people or playing on your phone. Wipe down your equipment when you're done. Here's a good article with some common tips. To add to this, when using any machine for the first time, read any instructions on the machine itself and always start at the minimum weight. Make sure you understand how to do the movement properly before trying to make it a strenuous activity. Also, you can get tremendous benefit from moderate effort. Don't try to do workouts or weights that are a maximum of 4 until you are very familiar with the exercises and you have a plan. Convincing yourself that anything is better than being in the gym. All this is good advice. Good thing to remember is lots of the jacked guys are there *for hours every day, so they're not in a hurry. Hey man, how do I use this machine? Or whatever. Most of those types are more than happy to take a few minutes to show you. It's like asking a Linux guy, so what is this Linux operating system? I heard it's like better than Windows. You fucking bet they're gonna tell you all they have to tell, lol. Make sure to scream through every rep. And in between sets, make sure to talk really loudly to someone about how successful of an entrepreneur you are. Lightweight baby. You might feel overwhelmed. You might not know what to do. You'll make mistakes and potentially even look like a doofus. But it gets better. It doesn't really matter what you do when you're there, as long as you're consistent and aim to make progress. Shouldn't you at least have a bit of a plan going in? You are paying for your time there after all. I mean, that works for some people. For some, just going, parking, walking over and finding the changing rooms is enough. First timers are so clueless that honestly, a plan doesn't really matter that much. Try out the equipment. See what you like. Get confident. Look up form. Try a heavier weight. And before you know it you're strong as fuck and chasing PRs. Don't go alone your first time. Take someone who knows the ropes. Maybe even hire a PT. I went alone today. Can confirm. Going with someone would have been less nerve-wracking, but it was alright nevertheless. I have scheduled to meet up with a PT, so I'll go from there. Be super cautious about PTs. A lot of less than legit trainers will either give you terrible advice or give you a deliberately complex program to convince you to keep paying them. Many are good and there's a lot of accountability value in them. Just keep your eyes open and feel free to back check stuff they tell you. Many gyms have a one-time trial of a personal trainer to try to get you to purchase one. But that first time trial can actually be really helpful if you have no clue what you're doing and help you learn the ropes a bit. Set a schedule instead of bouncing around. From what I can see, the typical schedule is as follows. Monday, bench press. Tuesday, bench press. Wednesday, arms/abs. Thursday, bench press. Friday, rest. Saturday, random celebrity workout. Sunday, bench press. I was confused at first, but then I saw the light. Every day is arm day. Definitely have a program. Pick one of the beginner programs from /r/fitness. If you are strength training, you will only need to be there for an hour, maximum 3-4x per week to get started. If you have zero experience, most people just sign up for a gym membership, show up a few times a week, and fuck around without any sort of plan, which will result in zero progress. Gym etiquette is very similar to basic social etiquette. Have spatial awareness. Don't do your sets right in front of the mirror, dumbbell rack, in the middle of a walking path, etc. Don't walk too close to anyone while they are in the middle of a set. Practice basic hygiene. Wash your gym clothes regularly and wear deodorant. Don't hog the machines or benches if you need more than a minute or two between sets. Stand up while you are resting. The flip side of the last point. Don't be afraid to ask to work in. If someone is taking their time at a bench or machine and you need to use it as well. If you do supersets, don't be a dumbbell collector. Limit yourself to 1 or 2 pairs at a time. Be conscious of how busy the gym is if you want to superset with multiple benches or machines at once. Clean up after yourself. Put the weights back where they belong when you're done with them, and wipe down benches. Put a towel behind your head, if you can, when you're using them. Basically, just try to be considerate of other people and you will fit in fine. If you need more than a minute or two between sets, stand up while you are resting. Tangential question. Are you supposed to do anything while resting between sets? I feel so awkward just standing around. If you need more than a minute or two between sets, stand up while you are resting. Tangential question. Are you supposed to do anything while resting between sets? I feel so awkward just standing around. What's the recommended time and activity? You can do whatever you want. Use your phone, do crochet, read a book, stare at the wall. Some people get irritated by people being on their phones, but there's nothing about it that's inherently worse than anything else. Just don't lose track of time. I usually set a timer in between sets. Take an induction, and don't pretend you know how things work. I sat backwards on a lat pull machine for too many months before never going back. I'm sure everyone knew about it and chose to laugh at me rather than tell me. Also, don't be afraid to just show up and smash it out. You're all in there for a similar reason. Wouldn't be fair if only the fittest and more experienced get to use the place. Gym culture is incredibly kind and supporting. Don't be embarrassed. Don't be ashamed. Even if no one says anything to you, no one will be looking down on you. Even if you're fat as hell, especially if you're fat as hell, everyone will be thinking, look at that dude over there, trying to improve themselves. And if you keep at it and do start to make gains or losses, expect people to start coming up to you and telling you how impressed they are at your dedication and how much they admire you. It will be amazing. Trust me. Wipe down the machines as you finish with them. Be courteous with your time on the machines. Hygiene. The volume of your music, etc. It's easy to spend way too much time on cardio. Have a routine. Know what exercises you're going to do before you get there. Stick with basic stuff for now until you have a handle on form. Don't worry about the guy next to you lifting double what you're lifting. I promise you they don't give a flying fuck. Form overweight. Don't be a macho man. Lift what you're comfortable lifting without sacrificing form. I would rather see someone squatting 50 pounds with good form over someone squatting 405 while it looks like his knees are going to buckle at any moment. Don't be intimidated by the big guys at the gym. They all started somewhere. Chances are if you need advice or a spot, they're more than happy to help or give advice. They want to see you get big. If anyone starts talking about you or making fun, just report it. Let the staff deal with those people. If it's a good gym, the staff doesn't take that shit and will put an end to it fast. For the love of God, Wipe down the machines when you're done. Asterisk. If you want to track progress, keep a journal of your reps. Be mindful about the things you bring. Don't rush. Don't overload. Ask before taking/doing. Don't pee yourself. It's gonna hurt like a bitch after a workout session and it's perfectly normal. Don't start too hastily. Take your time. Allow for recovery, but don't let more than 2 or 3 days between workout sessions or you'll lose interest and/or benefits from these. Do hip thrust dances after every rep. Wipe down the equipment when you're done, and don't spend tons of time playing on your phone. If you're using equipment, hire a PT. Focus on proper form first, then progressive overload. Don't jump straight to heavy lifting. 1. Don't compare yourself to others. Just don't. 2. Understand that it's going to be rough for the first few weeks. You'll tire easily and be sore. 3. Don't fall for the sales pitch of the gym personnel that you need a personal trainer. You don't. If you think you might benefit from one, make the decision on your own, not because you were coerced into it. 4. The gym is for working out, not for idle chit chat or to network with others. Don't be that person who carries on a 20-minute convo with someone while taking up a machine that others might be waiting for. 5. Don't expect miracles if you're not seeing life-changing results in 3 weeks. Don't give up. Getting in shape is a complex process that involves exercise, eating healthy and altering your lifestyle. You'll see changes over time. 6. Don't stop the minute you reach your ideal weight goal. Keep going and make exercise a part of your lifestyle. 7. Change up your routine. You should have several routines that work different areas of your body on different days. Example, designate a core day, an arms and legs day, and cardio days. Don't just do the exact same thing over and over again. 8. If you miss a workout, don't beat yourself up over it. Just do something else that day. Take a long walk, go for a hike, take a bike ride, etc. Missing a workout isn't the end of the world. 9. Bring a small towel with you while you work out. Be careful to spray sanitizer and completely wipe down machines, benches, etc. when you're finished with them. If you're into lifting weights, buy a good pair of gloves. They will prevent blisters and give you better grip. Best of luck. Go with a friend. Be realistic about expectations. Be patient. Know how to properly use equipment. Form. Take it easy. You don't need to start doing a 3-hour, ultra complex monster workout that leaves you sore for 3 days. Start with something simple, challenging but that you can complete without suffering too much. Don't think about the specific workout too much. Do whatever keeps you going back to the gym, because that's, by far, the most important thing regarding working out. Being consistent. Once you're a bit more experienced, you can start looking at maximizing your efficiency and your results. But don't worry about any if that at the beginning. Also, if you don't know something or are not sure about something, ask. Ask the staff, another gym member that seems friendly, or even on Reddit, but ask. Every single experienced person was once a newbie, so they'll understand where you are now. Don't masturbate before working out. There are lots of great motivations to start lifting, but motivation doesn't last very long. For people who see success at the gym, it's usually because lifting becomes a hobby. Trust me, you may start lifting because you want to impress girls. But a year in, all you'll care about is impressing other dudes. Don't ego lift. Lift at what is best for you, as ego lifting will not help you build muscle. No one is staring at you. Take it slow and be prepared to be sore as fuck for a couple weeks. The soreness will be much easier to deal with after that first couple weeks. Also, work with free weights as much as possible. Machines are fine, but you get a much bigger bang for your buck using free weights. My advice is you don't have to run for 2 hours on the treadmill for cardio. I absolutely hate running, but no, cardio is important. I tried doing other things like bike, elliptical, and swimming. Just because something is more fun doesn't mean it isn't working. Even playing basketball counts as cardio. You don't have to be miserable during your workout. 1. Don't ego lift. You'll hurt yourself. 2. Going to failure has multiple meanings. I personally go to form failure. Some go to mechanical failure. 3. Go with a plan. Keep records and progressively overload. It's a marathon, not a sprint. 4. Triple digit snatches. I work in kgs whilst balancing on a ball. Look good for Instagram. It can stay on Instagram. It has no place in a gym. If you see it on Instagram, it's probably better to not do it. 5. Instagram lifting is ego lifting. Refer to 1. 6. Best thing about starting out. Every day's a new PR. Pat yourself on the back. You did good. Don't go to McDonald's afterwards. Don't be intimidated. Walking into a gym for the first time can be a daunting task, especially if you're trying to get in shape for the first time in your life. After a while you'll be just another face in the gym. Stay honest with yourself. Clean reps over weight. Lick everything. Don't stress about what people might think of you. Everyone's there for their own reasons and you should feel proud that you're trying. Wipe down your equipment after you use it. Put your weights back on the racks if you don't know what you're doing. Don't be scared to ask others politely. Often they'll be happy to help long as you're nice to them. And don't gawk at the hot people or the not hot people. Respect everyone's right to just get a good workout and better themselves. If you're doing a class, get there a bit early and tell the instructor that it's your first time. If they're any good, they'll give you an overview of what to expect. And don't be scared of taking easier options or walking out halfway. Most classes I went to encouraged both. It gets easier every time. That's the hard part. Going every time. Don't be afraid to ask someone who works there for help. Stretch afterwards. I find classes are a great way to make it more fun and set a schedule. It is going to Suko vertical bar, but let it be known I have respect for any person venturing into a new field and would gladly cheer you on and help you if you need it. As a gym goer, I forget where I started from sometimes, and to see someone go into it fresh reminds me where I started from and reignites the fire that used to be mine. Go to the biggest weight in the gym and lift it over your head. Don't wipe machines down. In fact, pee on the areas you choose to work out in to claim it as your territory. If you find someone attractive, immediately walk up to them and talk to them. It does not matter if they are in the middle of a something. Make sure to blow up the bathroom with the worst diarrhea so that you don't have to stink up your own residence. Start small and build from there. There are a lot of good starter programs like StrongLift. Don't worry about the weight on the bar or what other people are doing. Start somewhere extremely manageable. And don't jump up and wait because it felt easy. You will be surprised how fast you'll build muscle and add weight if you take it slow. It takes time. You're not gonna immediately get muscles. Ease into it because you are going to be so sore for like a week. The only way to fix that soreness is to lift again. To BTW. Bring lasagna, YouTube videos and people watching. Proper form is the most important thing, which I got from watching other people and watching YouTube videos. Start slow and build up. You're playing the long game. Also make sure to stretch after your workout. You'll reduce your chances of injury, and stretching can also increase your gains up to 20%. There was a study where the researchers looked at 3 groups: people who never stretched, people who stretched sometimes, and people who stretched after every workout. The only group that injured themselves were the ones who stretched sometimes. Start small. You don't want to injure yourself lifting too much, and you can gradually work your way up there. Don't compare yourself to other people. Compare yourself to your earlier self. There will always be somebody running faster on the treadmill, lifting more weight, and stretching more than you can. What's important is that you get better than you used to be. Also, set small goals. And as you reach them, set more small goals. If you go in wanting to lose 50 pounds, you'll get discouraged. If you go in wanting to lose 5 pounds, and when you reach that goal, aim for another 5. It's much easier to keep going the first few times you go. Spend some time on the cardio equipment and observe how others are lifting their weights and using the machines. This gives you a basic idea of good form. You'll also get to figure out who the regulars are pretty quick. Don't approach people with headphones in, but those regulars are the best people to ask for help. Even if you don't necessarily need it, because if those people are regulars at the gym, you can bet your ass that flattery opens all doors. Hey, I noticed you are here a lot, and you look like you really know what you are doing. I'd love to be as fit as you one day. You think maybe sometime, when you have a couple of spare minutes you could show me X thing? Spot me on X machine. In my experience, people love being told their workouts are paying off and someone admires their form. They then become eager to help you. Obviously doesn't apply to everyone. But it's nice to have some people at the gym you are friendly with. Working out with a gym buddy is more fun and goes by quicker. Have fun so you want to go back. Bring your phone for looking up how to do exercises. During the first couple months, do not use the heaviest equipment you can. Use light and manageable weights and work point on point form. After you have good form you can move to heavier weights. I have seen too many people hurt themselves because they are using heavy weights with bad form. It can seem really daunting, but it's not so bad. The main thing is to not build it up in your head and just have fun with it. Even if you don't get as far as you wanted to, you can always try again, and you'll usually be stronger on your return trips, so it becomes progressively easier each time you try to hit your goals. The biggest setback people face is usually being underleveled or bad type matchups. I think for most first gyms, regardless of region, you want a team of at least 2 and to be at least level 10. There's a guy at the front who will usually tell you what the gym's type is, but in general I think it's safe to say that the first gym is usually a physical gym. So if your starter has learned a special move you should be okay. If it's a bad type matchup, there's usually a mon with a better type on the previous routes. Don't compare yourself with other people there. The only one you are competing against is yourself in your last workout. Your first few workouts are mainly about establishing a habit of going to the gym and learning the different types of exercises. Don't feel any pressure to go all out initially. The biggest gains will come from sticking with it in the long run. You will probably feel self-conscious, but nobody there is watching you. This one might be controversial, but I would recommend starting with machines rather than free weights. In the long run, you will probably want to transition to free weights. But in the beginning it is way harder to use horribly incorrect form or hurt yourself on the machines. You know those huge meathead looking guys that spend a few hours there every day? Ask them for help. They generally love talking about fitness and are more than happy to give you tips. Unless they are wearing headphones. That is gym code for leave me alone. If it is crowded, try to minimize the number of things that you are occupying at once. Don't skip leg day. And in between sets, make sure to talk really loudly to someone about how successful of an entrepreneur you are. Most gyms offer a promotional personal training session for free/cheap. Even if you do not need /1 personal training, they can be a great way to get started and not be one of those people that end up in a viral video using the machines wrong. Do you? Gym can be intimidating, and you can easily feel watched and judged. Reality is, no one is watching and nobody cares about what you are doing. If you are going to the gym for the first time, you should not strain your muscles too much for the first 4 or 5 sessions. Also do sessions of maximum 1 hour, the time to get your body used to the physical effort. Go with a buddy or a trainer to get you started on a routine. If you can afford it, you can hire a personal trainer to show you the ropes and set you up with a daily/weekly routine. You may only need them for 1 appointment. Your gym should have reliable contacts. Have staff teach you the correct way to use the machines and or weights. It might be worth an investment to have a trainer assist you every once in a while. First, no one is going to notice you. Everyone is concerned with themselves. If you can, hire a trainer with the intent of learning proper movements. Learning the proper form from the start prevents you from having to start over and correct poor form that you did for years. Trust me, it's not fun to go backwards. Work out every second day. Your muscles repair themselves when you rest. If you work out the day after a workout, you are cutting short the muscle repair time. Doing a full body workout every second day is the best bang for your buck. If you're short on time, concentrate on big muscles, legs, back, chest, squats, deadlifts, pull-ups and push-ups make for a great workout. Don't forget to mix it up though. 1 to 5 reps equals strength. 8 to 12 reps equals bulk. I suggest mixing the two. Final Advice: don't train to be good at the gym. Train to be good at life. 30 to 45 minutes maximum. Get in and get out. Nobody there cares about you, so don't care about any of them. Don't flirt. It's illegal. Make a plan and lifting routine prior to going so as to not be overwhelmed. I usually have 3 lift days organized. 1. Push day. 2. Pull day. 3. Leg day. I organize my first 2 lifts around major muscle groups first, and then end with smaller ones. So for example, on push day, I'll do the standard bench, then an incline or decline bench, and end with tricep workouts. Also, as I am getting older, I realize the benefit of working into a routine super slowly. I will do light lifting for like 3 weeks when I have been out of lifting for a time. Compound effect. Have a plan. Your first week should be very minimal and easy. If you're doing weightlifting, do low weight and on it stay longer than 30 minutes. You'll be sore for 2 or 3 days after your first lifting day. During your sore days, you can do cardio. Treadmill is the best form of indoor cardio. Do a light jog, maybe 10 minutes. Your body won't get acclimated to working out until the 2-week mark. Take your first couple weeks very slow and low impact. Most people go way too hard their first week and end up hurting themselves or being way too sore to go back the next week. Don't worry about anyone else. There'll be some dude benching 300 pounds or some super attractive girl sprinting on the treadmill, seemingly not tired the entire time. You'll be there, but just focus on you. Don't be ashamed if you have to use the 5-pound weight instead of the 20. Go at your own pace and don't worry about what others think. Get your reps in and feel good about yourself for going. You are not in a competition with anyone else. Go at your own pace. Stick to a schedule. Even a 30 minutes workout is better than 0 minutes. Start off with stretching and cardio to build up your energy. Grab light weights after a couple of weeks. Then build up the weight as you improve. Keep track if necessary. Know what you are there for. Examples: are you fat trying to lose weight? Are you weak looking to improve strength? Are you small looking to get bigger? Are you looking to improve energy? Stay hydrated. Learn the difference between aching pain from muscles vs sharp pain. Don't worry about supplements until you make the gym a routine. If possible, have a friend join as well. Having support is fun and helps push yourself and stay accountable. Also, improve your food habits. More lean protein, healthier vegetables, and cut down on fast food and alcohol. Quit smoking while you are at it too. No ego lifts, lifting more than you're able to do confidently and controllably, and don't stay more than an hour. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Ask for a spot and then take a selfie together. This is how you find a gym partner. 1. Slow down. You may see people absolutely crushing heavy weights. That's their thing, not yours. At least not yet. You can get noticeable gains by focusing on proper technique with lighter weight and full ROM. 2. You care about the way you look significantly more than everyone else there combined. Meaning they probably aren't paying attention to you and are just there to get a workout in, just like you. 3. Be kind to yourself and your body. You are there for improvement, not to sit in the mirror and tell yourself you hate the way you look. Just go. 80% of the work is showing up. 1. Do some research beforehand. Try and set up workouts and adjust over time. I strongly suggest the app Full Fitness. It's like $2 and you can select what you want to work out and it will give you tons of different exercises to work those muscles with visual demonstration. You can create your own workouts, or there's tons of pre-made workouts on there you can follow. 2. Lift the weight you can, not the weight you want to. Ego lifting with terrible form isn't going to do anything but possibly injure you. 3. Don't be scared to ask for advice. I've been lifting 5 to 6 days a week for 5 years and even just last week asked a random dude for some advice. 99% of the time people are cool and have no problem giving you advice / a spot etc. Set up a session with a trainer if you can. Most gyms offer this for free to new members for at least a session or 2. These are certified trainers who know what they are talking about. 4. General gym etiquette. Don't hog equipment. Wipe equipment down. Re-rack weights. 5. Remind yourself that everyone starts somewhere. Don't get discouraged. Progress takes time, but it will come. Just getting there is the hardest part. 1. Everyone starts somewhere. Don't focus on the fact that you were only able to lift a certain amount of weight when someone else lifted twice as much as you. Be proud that you lifted the weights you lifted and know that you'll get to a higher weight in time. 2. Be considerate of the fact that other people need to use those machines too. Take the time you need to finish your workout, but don't just sit there and text on your phone or something. 3. Realize that most of the time, people who go to the gym are focused on their own workout. They won't really pay attention to you unless you're doing something that can potentially hurt yourself or others. 4. Consistency is key to get results. You need to go to the gym at least a few times a week. You generally don't have to overload yourself every single time you go. Just do enough so that you get a good workout in and have enough energy to go back again in a few days. 5. It's a good idea to create a workout routine and have each day devoted to a specific type of activity, that is, push day or pull day or cardio day, and or muscle group, that is, arm day or leg day. Take advantage of any free personal training offered by the gym. It'll really help you learn to make a workout routine. Best advice I can give you is hop on trenbolone acetate 50mg daily bre. Watch this video. Hit the gym every day. Have only one rest day. Get shredded or dimer in bra. As a female, don't be put off if another woman comes up to you and works out close by. We likely are not there to try and be competitive or show off. I was super overweight when I started working out and used to get upset when other women would work out next to me or near me. But I find now that it makes me feel safer working out close to another woman. Don't be embarrassed if you can't lift a lot or even run for long. Baby steps. Do what is comfortable and then progress higher, usually 2 weeks if you go consistently. Form/technique trumps everything. I have a slightly busted left knee. Is there any hope for me training my legs back to a good strength after over 2 years of not being in the gym? People are way too busy judging themselves to judge you. If some equipment looks too difficult, ask someone working out that looks like they know what they are doing how to use it. They will likely be so pleased and happy to help you that you will make a new gym buddy. Gym folks are happy, helpful people for the most part. All those endorphins help. It will hurt after the first week. You gotta push past that. Then, it will still hurt week 2. And you start to wonder, will it ever be easy? Then, week 3 still hurts. But you should be seeing results. Push past the pain and keep going. After that, it becomes a habit. But you gotta just go. Your goals don't start in the gym. They start in the kitchen. You gotta eat right to get right. All those meatheads you're intimidated by aren't looking at you. They're looking at themselves. So, don't be embarrassed. We all started somewhere. Keep going for 6 months, then you really will start seeing results. How would you like it if a stranger approached you and asked you to talk about your hobby and listened and asked good questions? Yeah, I'd love it. That is how gym bros feel when you ask about their fitness routine. I would also like to add, pace yourself. Your body isn't used to the exercise and burn. 3 reps of 10 can be a lot for a muscles and tendons not used to it. It's not about what you do, it's about developing the habit of going. Don't worry about what others think. Literally no one cares if you're using baby weights with terrible form. Don't lock your knees. When I was first going to the gym, I really liked having a small notebook with me to jot down everything I did, and even sometimes a short brief of how I felt doing it. I eventually got out of the habit as I came to have a better understanding of what I was doing overall, but I think it is a helpful tip for one very key reason. Going to a gym for the first time can be overwhelming, and keeping a notebook can help to keep you focused and centered on what you're actually doing versus all the other sensory distractions. Other than that, keep it simple, and less is often more. Also, follow your gym's rules. It may seem obvious, but it's usually not much to follow, and it makes the place better for everyone when people do. Don't be embarrassed. No one is thinking about you. Bring your headphones for music. Do a warm up. If you're lifting weights, be safe and use a spotter. Bring water shoes or flip flops for the shower. Don't be afraid of being judged. You're all there for the same reason. If someone fit is staring at you, MKSF likely thrice spotting you from afar. Probably the most important thing is to keep showing up consistently. That's easiest to do with a pre-made routine to follow and a set schedule of days you work out. If you can figure out consistency, everything else can be learned later, but none of it will matter if you can't learn to regularly go. Find the biggest guy there and slap his ass. You must assert your dominance as the alpha male. Try as much of the equipment as you can. If there is stuff, then ask them how to use something. If you are not sure, I used to hate cardio because I always did a treadmill. But once I tried the elliptical, I started getting into it. I also recently started using the rowing machine. So now I switch off some days. For me, something I enjoy doing will get me there more consistently than trying to follow someone else's routine. Once you get in the habit, then you can start figuring out a good routine based on your goals. But it gets a lot easier once you start going regularly, so don't push yourself too hard in the beginning. Even a bad, safe workout is still better than none at all. Ask if a staff member can show you proper form. Bad form hurts your results and potentially causes injury. Not something you have to learn at the gym, but helps to learn if you're new to working out what a good set feels like. It's not doing a certain number just because you don't want, be shaking in exhaustion, unable to hold form, and at risk of dropping the weight on your face. You also don't to not feel like to struggled any on the last repetition of that set. Good form and good disciple on your sets is very important to developing a stronger body. Just a few small reminders, since people are going into the major things. Asterisk, bring a towel to wipe your sweat from time to time. Prevents you sweating more on machines. Asterisk, wipe down any machines you touched, including the handles on a treadmill, with the paper towel and spray they usually have by water fountains. Asterisk, bring yourself something to listen to. Wireless headphones are the best if you only have wired. Put the cable through your shirt and up out of your collar so the wire is under your shirt. Basically, so you can prevent it catching on a machine and dropping your device. Asterisk, don't forget to bring a lock. I personally like just a small padlock with a small key instead of combination lock, as it's one less thing you have to memorize. Just keep your key with you as you are working out. Asterisk, bring a water bottle. It's just more sanitary for you and everyone else. If you have your own water, do not depend on that water all the time. Only if your mouth feels really dry or you feel dizzy. If you load up on water after every set or every few minutes doing cardio, you'll tire out. The only person you are competing with is yourself. Find a workout app. Get a solid routine that addresses your goals. But first, make sure your diet is on point. No amount of exercise is going to do anything if you aren't eating right. To gain muscle, you need at least a gram of protein /day/lb of body weight while eating at least your maintenance level of calories. To lose weight, you need to be at a caloric deficit. Do not focus or compare yourself to others. Always wipe down your requirement after use and even before use these days. Do not randomly start conversations with strangers. A lot of peer people hate being bothered in the gym. Even if you are just trying to be friendly or ask if they are done with a machine, make sure to correctly input the address into a navigation app as you are about to leave for the gym. This will greatly reduce the likelihood of you getting lost.